So Terry, did you get all Walt's motherboard and boards and stuff that we were looking at?
Well, I got it. I didn't get it working. I
Oh,
get
okay.
I get about 90% there. I've been sending a couple notes to Walt. I get about 90% there, and then things stop, and I have to go backwards.
Oh man.
I just don't understand it. It's like a loose connection somewhere, intermittent. I had it working, and I thought I had it working very reliably, and then one day it just decided it wasn't going to.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's over on the bench.
Okay. I'm just curious if you've made some progress and if you found like any one particular thing that was wrong or something.
No, I've been looking all over the place. I've tried my motherboard with his cards, his motherboard with my cards, um, different boards of his versus mine. The good news is I've got every board he has, my own, so
Yeah.
I can start swapping stuff back and forth. But um,
Do you believe it's still just the front panel though? That's still the culprit, or do you think it's something
no,
else in the
I
setup?
I really don't know because
Yeah.
it sometimes it works with my front panel. Most of the time it works with my front panel, and some of the time it works with um, his front panel, and some of the time it doesn't. But I don't think it's the front panel. I
There's something else.
Yeah. The thing is, I can get it to fail with my complete board set as easily as I can get it to fail with his board set or any combination in between. My Mine used to be reliable, and then something happened, and I'm still thinking in the back of my mind that there's a power supply issue or a marginal chip issue because one time when I turned the board set on, I hadn't done anything to it. I just turned it on, and the 8-volt LED kind of dimmed for a minute and went out. And so I turned it off, and I looked all around, pulled all the boards, checked the regulators, and plugged it back in, and it's worked ever since. But that has me worried
Well, that is
that,
odd.
that something
Yeah.
got fried or
Yeah.
partially fried. I don't know. I can
That would be really scary if I saw something like that.
Yeah. Well, nothing scares me that much anymore.
Uh,
I'm too old for it to scare me.
I mean,
yeah.
it's not. I hate to say it sounds dumb, but it's not something like a simple conflict where two things are doing the memory right or something like that, or more than two things. Like I know I've come across a lot of. I've been trying different older memory cards recently, and they all seem to offer a memory right switch to enable it in
Right.
case your CPU doesn't have it. There's not something in there that possibly bumping into it, or I
I
know it
don't
sounds.
I don't think so because why would it work sometimes then?
Yeah, working
Yeah,
sometimes just
yeah,
is marginal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. Oh, there's the first sign it's not going to work right. Uh, th- I've
Uh,
gone through this. I've gone through this often enough to know when it's not going to work. It's. Oh, that's right. You can't see it. It's giving me the old 303.
yeah.
Let's see. Oops. Stop. Examine. Run. Well, what do you know? The first time I booted it up, it came up into what is it, Altmon? No,
Yeah.
Amon. Amon.
Amen.
But the second time it didn't. Let me see if it will now. Stop, reset, external clear, jump, examine, and run. I got one key, one character. Now I don't know. This looks like this is all Walt's board set on Walt's motherboard.
Okay.
So let me power cycle it. Stop, hit clear, reset, examine, and I know none of that's right,
Yeah, the examine doesn't. Yeah, it didn't look right at all.
and run, and it didn't do anything.
Hmm.
The funny thing is, if I hit examine twice, this is the pattern I get, and it booted. But it shouldn't be showing me a 0-1 as the first byte. There's a okay, stop, clear, reset, examine, examine, and now run, and it booted again.
So
It
that
shouldn't
sounds
be the first byte it pops up shouldn't be 0-1.
that sounds like something is taking its time to, for want of a better term, come up to speed. And maybe it's not working when it's first powered on, but if it's left sit for 20, 30 seconds,
Yeah.
it stabilizes. I see that on my Altair clone sometimes. When I first power it on, it doesn't want to talk to me. And then 15, 20 seconds later, after it's been on, it works fine. It works fine from then on.
And that's at F8.
Right?
Now the funny thing is, if I leave this on for a while, it'll probably stop working.
Oh, okay.
Now,
interesting.
yeah. And this is, by the way, I think this is not Walt's CPU. I think this may be my ZPU, not his.
Is that the Krememco? Just look
I'm
at the
not
top edge. Is there a
okay,
switch on it?
yeah, it's a Krememco.
Yeah.
I see the C. So this is my CPU board at the moment, because you only sent me the was it the Jade?
No, the TDL.
TDL, that's it. Yeah. The other thing is it does this, and I can't, for some reason, whenever it's in this mode, I cannot get it to read from Patrick's
ESP.
server. Yeah, serial server.
Hmm.
So that's the quandary I've been in, and I've played with it a lot. I come up every night after I put my wife to bed and play with it for about an hour and a half or so until I get frustrated and go get frustrated on a different project. My latest other project to get frustrated on is my Sol 20. It's not booting at all. It's not coming up right. Common theme, come to think of it. Maybe it's something in the shack up here.
That is just bizarre.
But that's where I'm at, and I mean I can.
But see, that gets into the same thing I was trying to. I thought, okay, if it's a CPU board, I'd swap out the TDL with a Krememco CPU that I know works really well. I mean, I got one Krememco board that seems as solid as a rock, and the weird problems still exist. So I pretty much eliminated the idea that it's a CPU board. And the same thing with the RAM. I tried it with the FDC and the Flex RAM board in there instead, and the same problems arise. That's why I think it's something weird on the mini front panel board.
Now, if I remember how to do this right, and I don't at the moment, apparently. Okay, Amon, that's the other thing that's weird is Amon still pops up even though I've disabled the prom.
Did you disable the prom on both the FDC Plus and the IO board if you've got the JP?
Well, that's what he's
version?
working on now is the FDC Plus board.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was trying to get
where-
this board to run, trying to get the oh wait a minute, that is the Amon.
Yeah, Amon is on the 88 2SIO JP board.
Right.
So you might have two proms enabled.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, although the switch for the monitor is turned off at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Right.
that's the monitor to turn the serial port into a that's the
No,
monitor built on the
that's
FTC
the,
Plus.
he's on the FTC board there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's to get to connect to the I'll call it BIOS on the board, so you can change the settings for some of the stuff, right? As I recall.
Yeah, that doesn't set like a Altman monitor.
Yeah.
It's only changes the serial port on the FTC Plus to talk to the monitor instead of the
okay.
FTC Plus.
Yeah, let's see. The prom.
The prom should be disabled on the FTC Plus board.
Okay, Amon pops up like when it's like this with the prom enabled, but the prom that should be enabled is on the FTC Plus board, not on the. See, that's part of what's weird is
I mean, yeah, one has Amon and one has Altman, and I always forget which one's which.
right.
The Amon is on the JP board.
Right.
Right.
So
So
that
right.
suggests that board's prom is enabled. And that board
Yeah.
uses 1,000,001 jumpers for setting things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's-
Amon is Eberhard and
Right.
Altman is Douglas.
Yeah.
So now theoretically, I just turned off the ROM
Right.
on the FTC Plus board, right?
So you should be able to boot to Amon now.
It's I can't get it not to boot on into Amon.
So that means that the prom is enabled on the JP board.
Right.
Right. That means the prom's enabled on your serial board there.
Yeah, and I can never figure out. This is
Oh.
the what is it, Rev G?
Yeah.
So
It takes a while to figure out the settings on that board because he has come close to the maximum number of things you can put on one board, all with switches and jumpers.
let's see, ED.
On I think isn't it like the first and last two dip switches there?
Yeah, I have to get the manual out, take a look.
It depends on which rev of the board.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. But I think it's the top one and the bottom two. If you reverse those, that disables the Amon ROM.
Yeah, I used to know all this, but then
Oh, and he's got MRite generation on his board. He's got everything on that damn board.
there's a lot of stuff on it.
There you are. Check that.
Okay.
Amon still pops up. See, that's the crazy thing. The prom should be disabled right now, so it should not be reading Amon.
Well, no. That's booting from
Oh, wait
the
a minute.
prom on the JP board.
That's right. That's it.
So I think you have to flip the top switch on that dip row too.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Okay.
Switch 4, positions 1 through 8, configure the EEPROM type. Jumper J1 also set for EEPROM or EEPROM. Oh, geez. EEPROM, if the EEPROM auto disable is enabled, then the EEPROM is enabled. Oh my God. Oh, to completely disable the EEPROM, at least in the manual, it says close switch 4-1 labeled 11 and open switch 4-6 labeled 4K. At least that's what it says in my manual.
Okay. My switch says 2K.
Yeah, so if it's you've got to open 4K, it says, and close 11, which is the top one.
I just did.
That should just completely disable the EEPROM, according to the manual I have. Now, whether that's the right version of the manual, I couldn't tell. Mine's H. Yeah, PCB H. So that may or may not be true because you say you
Yeah,
have
I come to think of it, mine may be H2. I don't remember at the moment.
Yeah, mine's an H.
Yeah, mine's either a G or an H, and I forget which.
Yeah.
Plus, you got the little jumpers down here
God, yes.
that
Getting that board to work just the way I want it took a while, I'll tell you.
Are you using that board just for IO right now, just for the console type thing?
That-
Is that
That's what I
really-
want. Yeah.
Maybe I hit. I hate to get, Patrick's board is a lot simpler and tends to work for me, and just kind of get that out of the picture till you get it working, and then with a simpler board, and then switch in.
Right.
Just a suggestion.
Right, because the JP board can also do some auto disabling. It does MWrite. It has all that the front panel stuff for the whatchamacallit, the minimal front panel system they had. It's got the connector for that with a bunch of things you can turn on and off.
Okay. Is this
Hey,
this
Tim,
the board, Patrick? Is this your board?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim, on the first page of the manual you're looking at, does it say Rev C to Rev G?
No, I think mine says, hang on, let me get to the first page. I think mine says H. Give me or none of that.
And Terry, I did find, which version of Altmon do you have is on there? Is it 2.5? I can't remember what it
Yeah,
said.
mine says Rev H. So my manual's for Rev H.
Mine's the rev is 2.5.
Okay, I'm looking at it's hard to find the source code for that. But I'm looking at, I think it looks like 3.1, and the first byte is a 1.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah, he does on this version, he does an LXI, loads the B register with init2, and that's the first byte is a 1.
0.1. Okay. Well, I guess that means it's working, but it's only working after I hit examine twice.
Well, that sounds just like an examine issue. Just the timing's not right.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I don't know that I ever got this to work right with Patrick's board, but there's Patrick's board.
And it looks like the IO address needs to be set.
Yeah, that was it. The third one down.
Yeah, I think it's all zeros right now.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Which,
No, the one, the one in the center there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the third one should be on.
Yeah, it should say.
That'll make it 10H.
Yeah.
I put a link to the G manual in the chat.
Right.
And then up top, Patrick, what are the at least I have one right here. Pretty much to the right for the you hook it into the, I'm sorry, I can't read it. The DCE up top. I'm getting my
Yeah, I can't see the top of the board. Yeah, that looks right. That looks good.
So the
Okay,
Rev H manual is up on the same site. Let me take a look at that.
So yeah, I don't think at least I've never messed around with the interrupt
10.
stuff.
It's address 10, and those two lift switches are all off.
Yep. Yeah, you don't want vector to interrupt, so that's not
yeah.
a whole new level of confusion.
And the address is on 10 hex.
That doesn't look like 10 hex. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's 8. Starts at
that's a picture of the board.
Yeah, it's got a little chart next to it. It kind of helps, I believe.
Yeah. 10 hex off, on, off. Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, thank Walt for that.
What's that? The labeling?
The little table. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Thanks,
you know
Walt.
what? It makes somebody that's brain dead like me figure it out. Whereas, I mean, I'm dyslexic, so I keep flipping things around in my head when I'm looking at something. I can be looking at something and it's completely opposite in my brain. That's dyslexia. When I first moved to California to work at NASA, I was taking this back road on Highway 237, and it would go past this sign, street sign on the road, and I could never read it until a friend of mine was riding with me, and I asked him, I says, "What does that sign say?" And he says, "Milpitas." Then I knew what it said, because it's I's and L's, it was looked like a barcode to me.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, good old Milpitas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what dyslexia does.
Uh,
Okay, now it's not doing anything.
Well, now it shouldn't have any ROM at all.
Yeah, now we need to enable the prom on the.
Yeah, you need to enable the
Yeah.
problem on the FTC Plus.
That looks better.
Okay, that looks right. It's
That
380.
does, yes, that does.
And what's it doing? It's doing some kind of a dump.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's new and improved. Well, it's new anyway.
What is it doing?
It seems like it's seeing input on the serial port almost, or it's just off in the weeds doing its own thing. I don't know.
Well, let me reboot
It's
it.
it's
That's weird.
it's not, like a crossover cable or something where it's looping back, or
Oh,
I don't know.
That's very weird. It's like the you got enough
No blinking on those LEDs.
Oh, you're not feeding in from the serial server, are you?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we.
Well, let me double check that. Well, it shouldn't be because
Oh no, that's definitely Altmon output.
Oh, is it? Okay.
it's
But
just
it
like there's a key stuck.
seems like it's the serial port thinks there's data
Yeah.
or something, or it's just the program's not running right.
yeah, that's weird. Okay, stop. Run.
So if you unplug the COM2 on that serial board, that data should stop, shouldn't it?
There's nothing plugged into the COM2.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but if you unplug the serial port, just unplug the 2SIO from the computer, well, then we won't see the output either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
wouldn't know. But it seems to think it's getting data from somewhere.
Right. It's like it's getting it's like it's seeing keyboard input that's not actually there, like phantom keyboard input.
Yeah, or for some reason the end instruction, the status it's getting is just not right. If it sees like an FF or something and it says, hey, the received data buffer is full, it's just
Right.
gonna grab what's there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, definitely.
And it should be F8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not F.
No, F8. The other ones are
Yeah, that's the monitor.
yeah.
Not F0.
No, F0 is something completely different.
Okay.
Yeah, in the the FTC Plus board. Yeah, I don't know what else is on there.
There's a couple of things in the EEPROM. There's the multi-boot loaders in there. So I've played with that a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's got those Altair loaders and
Right, and it's got all the it's got a bunch of got like 5 or 6 things in the ROM.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
Combined disk bootloader, multi-bootloader, Termon,
Yeah.
which is a FD, Intel hex file loader built in, and a Altair monitor. So it's
That
got
must be one of those. Must be FC.
FC is the hex file loader.
That's what I thought. So the funny thing is, it does come up fine on FC. It says open, send file now.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Right.
that's a
What you'd
hex. That's
expect.
a hex loader.
It's the
Yeah,
hex loader.
when I hit the hex loader, it
So
does that.
if you put it to FD, that's the turnkey monitor. I don't know if that actually probably won't do any good. Or will it? I don't know. Does the turnkey monitor have a prompt? I've never
No,
used
I
it.
don't. I've never used it.
Well, it's doing a .d carriage return, continuous .d carriage return.
yeah, it's looking for the boot ROM for the turnkey.
Yeah,
Are the number of stop bits and everything set correctly on that board?
That's
Like that?
done in software.
It's done in software. Oh, okay. Right. Oh, that's right. Yes.
But I have a feeling if we single
Oh,
step,
wait a minute. The switches on the top of the board,
yeah, those are okay.
those are okay?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a feeling if we single step and when we look at when it's reading the status port, it's gonna show that there's received data or it's just an FF. I'm not, that's gonna be my guess.
Okay. Here I'm going to single step. Okay, it was a LXIH, I think was the first instruction.
Well, if you just stop it, should be in the keyboard input loop, and you can just single step from there, and it should jump right into the input from a 10.
Okay, I don't know what you mean by that.
Oh, like just run it again.
Yeah,
Just
there
just load Alt-Mon.
Then
it
yes,
it
hit
won't load
stop
all.
once it starts looping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once it starts looping, just hit stop and single step
Oh,
from
okay.
there.
Okay, I hit stop.
And hopefully it's in just like check for the keyboard loop.
Let's see. Yeah, wait a minute, D2?
Or just wait for the input light to come on.
Yeah, it's hard to read what the input light is. Okay, now I can see it. Input is off.
There it is. Oops, just passed it.
Yep, yep.
Should do it
A
again.
lot of lights when it was on, though.
Okay, so
Okay, there's
that's yeah, so that should be the
input.
status right now.
Input. Okay,
And what do the data lights look like? Uh, D1, I think that's transmit buffer empty. So it's not seeing anything now.
okay.
Let me just double check. I always get those two backwards.
Well, it is going to the right port. Or no, it's not.
There's
It's
the input light.
from port. Oh yeah, 10.
Right, 1-0 status.
10 hex. Yeah. So it's reading from that port.
Yeah, and it's not showing the received data full light on, so I don't know why it would be getting data.
Maybe there's a short in one of those chips on the front panel that makes all the data go, or fake data.
Or it could be this, it could be the cable. Although is that the new cable I just made? I don't.
The only thing I could think of is the CPU seeing something different on the bus than the front panel showing on the bus, but
Oops.
but Martin's card wasn't doing that, so
Okay. Unplug Waltz board.
So the data comes in through the serial port, goes to the bus, the CPU picks it up and sends it through the little cable to the front panel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. No,
no.
no. The CPU.
The front panel picks it up through the cable. Yeah. The data bus.
No. Yeah, that's right. Okay, where is my front panel? I've got so many boards. Oh, there it is.
And then when you're flipping switches on the front panel, it's just putting stuff into RAM, not sending it to the CPU.
Correct. Correct.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah. Yeah, the switches on the front panel where you're doing deposits and examines, the deposits are done through the straight into memory. Not that doesn't go through the CPU. Yeah, I think it just reads.
I'm not sure about that.
I'm not 100%. But it reads the
The
data.
front-
Oh God, I'm trying to remember. Let's go look again.
I think that would be a really good video, would be describing how data goes in and out and where it goes in the computer.
Mhm.
You know, a video like that all by itself. Because I mean, I got a general idea on this stuff, but a more distinct description of how the data goes through the computer and adjusting goes through the computer would really, I mean, one video that does that stuff would be really useful for a lot of new people.
It's
Yeah,
yeah.
the LEDs are driven from the bus, not the cable. That's my understanding.
Oh, so the cable goes to the CPU board and it's just on the data, not on
Data
the
lines. It's
data line.
0
So
through
it's the
7.
0 through
Yeah,
7.
it's just I think that's only used to inject the examine instructions,
Oh,
deposit
okay.
next instructions.
Oh, okay.
The
Okay,
deposit, I
so
thought it was. It's
That's
not the deposit.
that's why
No,
I
no, deposit next. Deposit doesn't need it. Deposit
Yeah.
next sends an NOP to the
Oh, to go to the
processor, so
next. Yeah,
it
to go to the
freezes the
next
program
address
time.
so
per
that
stack.
data cable from the CPU to the front panel, is that a one directional cable? The data just goes from the CPU to the front panel, not back. Front panel doesn't.
Correct. I'm looking at the schematic for at least for the Altair front panel.
I was just going to the same thing.
And the LEDs are driven from the bus, not the.
Right.
I'm assuming the IMSAI is the same way.
Yeah, here's the LEDs here. Here's the drivers for the LED, and they're coming from the bus, because here's the 8212 IO port or output port that drives the port 255. And so you see the data bus coming up, and it goes somewhere.
Yeah, because those the data cable, the 8-pin cable, that's only enabled if if the sense switch stuff is all disabled on the CPU card. So that wouldn't that couldn't drive the LEDs.
Right.
Because those are only driven when you're sending the sense switches to the computer, or your opcos to jump or no op.
Well, this is different now. This is my front panel
Yeah.
with my CPU, my ZPU, and everything else is the same as it was a few minutes ago. And you see the 3E,
Mm-hmm.
but then when I hit run, oh, now it's funny because a couple minutes ago I wasn't getting anything. Now I'm getting Altmon again.
Which is what you should be getting at this point.
Yeah,
you should be getting Altmon because
yeah.
the serial card with the Amon on it is now out of the system.
Yep.
So
okay, so yeah, I'm getting Altmon
without all the repeating dumping of garbage. Yep, that looks exactly like it should. And this Altmon is responsive, right? You can do like a memory dump or whatever from it.
I can never remember.
Oh, just D.
D and 000 to something. No.
I said dump 0000 space 10, and it just did nothing.
You got to do 4 bytes.
Yeah, you got to do dump 0000 to like 00FF.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty particular.
Very particular. There's no error checking. It's a really tight piece of code.
Yeah, if it's in 1K.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, that's interesting.
So Walt's Altman. I mean,
But
Walt's.
but it certainly doesn't look right.
Wait a minute. If the spacing looks funny, do you
Unless
know?
it's a proportional spaced font.
Yeah, it's missing bytes.
Yeah, that is. There's really some weird
And now it
stuff
just
going
gave
on.
another carriage return and asterisk all by itself.
Yeah, there's weird stuff going on
Yeah, definitely.
on the bus.
Hmm.
And you've tried your own backplane with all these cards and
Yeah.
similar type things. Okay,
Yep.
that's odd.
There's got to be a common denominator.
Yeah. And this is your power supply, right? Not Walt's. He didn't ship the power supplies to you. Anything like
Correct.
that. Okay,
Correct.
just trying to take anything I could think
Well,
of
the
out of
power
the.
supplies, they're meanwhell power supplies. They're pretty stable.
Yeah,
Well,
mine are. There's both of my mean wells right there.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. No, again, I'm just trying to think of things that
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead.
did you have an 88? You have an 8800C,
Me?
Terry?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. I've got an 8800 original, which
Oh,
is
okay.
torn apart right now, and then I've got an 8800B turnkey.
Huh. I'm just wondering if we slap these cards in just another completely eliminate the front panel, basically. Um,
Yeah, I'm not mailing my 8800C.
Well, plus the 8800C is going to have the 8-pin Altair style CPU connector, whereas this is using the 16-pin IMSAI style.
yeah, but everyone's got it. But Joe has like 100 adapters.
That's
Actually, 50 of them. I haven't arrived yet. Still waiting for the slow boat from China. But yeah, I got 50 of your adapters coming to share with anybody.
true.
Well, this is an interesting problem.
So now I've got a dumb question. How do I get it to read a disk image off of Patrick's server?
The ESP FTC.
Yeah.
Is it configured?
Yeah, and it has been working in the past.
Does it have the little green flashy light on it?
Yes.
Then you should just have to type B. Is it assuming there's a disk mounted?
Yeah, if Altman, yeah.
Just press B.
It's boo. Okay, B.
And then those four LEDs on the side are drive A, B, C, and D.
Right.
Yeah, so when you boot it, that first drive light should come on and it should boot.
All right.
Yeah, I've been working on so many different things that I can never remember stuff anymore. Okay, I still got the weird missing characters, but it did boot. Thank you. So I have to figure that. I have to figure out why the missing characters.
Yeah.
From what I can tell, it seems like randomly when it's reading the status of the UART, it's getting bad info. So it either thinks the transmitter's empty when it's not, which is kind of what it looks like. So it's trying to send another byte, or it's seeing that there's it's saying that there's received data when there's not.
Right.
So it's almost like it's getting an FF
Right.
occasionally or something.
Yeah.
So it says, "Oh, I can transmit and there's data! Yay!"
Yeah. Does that motherboard have the termination on it or not?
What do you mean by termination?
So when you build out those 9-slot motherboards, there's a whole bunch of extra stuff you can add
you're
to
talking
do.
about you're talking about the bus termination. Yeah. No, it does not.
Okay.
This does not, and I don't think mine does either.
Right. I've got one with and two without, right? Well, yeah, two without right now. But the one with, if I put like my Altair boards in it, it gets my 8800C boards, it gets kind of squirrely at times. So the 8800C CPU board does not like termination, apparently.
Yeah, when I first was building my 8800C, I built the 9-slot with all the parts on it, and nothing would work.
Right.
And Mike Douglas says, throw that backplane away and get another one, and don't put anything on it except for the edge connectors and the power LEDs.
Well, you should be able to pull the terminating resistor packs, and that should solve the problem.
Yeah.
Hey,
But,
hey Terry. Sorry.
Yeah.
You have an interesting thing going on here, but we may be able to write a small program that at least tells us what's going on. I'm just wondering if we had a small assembly program that just read the status in a loop. We know what we're expecting. We should be getting like 0, 2, I think.
Oh, so you want to?
And then if we get something other than 0, 2, shove that onto the programmed output LEDs and or count them or do something, just we could at least see what it's seeing. And then we have a small program we can run to see if we fixed anything.
Right. Yeah, it sounds pretty simple.
Yeah, I would just write a little status program that just bangs on port 10, and because it should just return, if you're not doing anything on the console, you should just be turning a 0, 2
Right.
Yeah.
over and over and over and over and over again. And then if we get anything other than that, then that's probably just bad info.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
I'll bet we get an FF or something occasionally.
The only problem is I only have about 10 minutes left, so.
Right.
Type fast.
You can't type that fast.
Chat GPT. No.
I can't even think that fast anymore.
I asked Grok to create me some 8080 assembly language code, and it was garbage.
Yeah,
It did not understand all of the finesse that you have to use talking to the hardware directly.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm gonna
let's
use handwriting code from now on. It's much more accurate.
Well,
Yeah.
I hate to tell you, but I think I got bad news.
Which is,
Motherboard.
yeah.
the
I
back
plugged. I found that if I wiggled the CPU board like this, I could get it to reboot to the asterisk
Oh,
on. So I slid it back. It was plugged into this socket.
right.
So
Right.
I plugged it into this socket back here, and now it boots very reliably.
Oh, so that's a bad connector or a bad solder joint, dry solder joint.
Yep.
Old joint on one of those on the connector there.
Examine and run. Okay, now let's see. D 00000100. Yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. It's exactly what.
Yeah, that looks beautiful.
Nice, yeah.
Now switch back to Amon and turn
Well-
off Altmon.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna take my motherboard or my front panel.
your front panel, yeah.
Put your front panel back in.
Right.
And see how that works. Yeah.
Yeah, what's your time? I know it's 5 o'clock for you.
Yeah, I've got to get going in just a minute. I'll just do this one last thing.
Okay.
I haven't been pinged yet, so haven't gotten a message saying food.
Yeah.
Okay.
Terry, is that with Walt's board in there?
Yeah, this is with Walt's front panel.
Oh,
That looks
okay.
perfect.
Looks good.
Now it's still using my CPU board, my Chromemco.
Right.
I never have like those TDL ZPU boards. I'll throw that in next.
So I should have given you a TDL instead of a Chromemco.
You gave me yeah, here's Walt's TDL board. I just don't trust those boards. Okay, let's see. This may go along with why I was seeing problems. Now I lost my train of thought.
With your
Well,
hardware.
While I was seeing problems with the front panel
Hmm.
and something else. Let me.
In the S100 forum, Jonathan Chapman noted that he said the TDL ZPU was his favorite Z80 CPU board.
Yeah,
Different strokes for different folks.
exactly.
There you are.
Okay, I can't even get the TDL board I think I got the jumper right, but I can't get the TDL board to
Examine.
do the right thing here. Examine comes up to the wrong place.
It that looks like the data cable might be backwards.
Could be, although I have dots telling me what to do. No, it was in right.
Hmm.
Let me put it in backwards.
If it turns out there's just one bad slot on that back plane, all I have to do is just paint that slot black and not use it.
Yeah, I'll have to do some more work. And this gets back to what I'd like to do someday is create a motherboard tester.
Yeah,
There you go.
Talked about that. Walt's talked about that too. I remember. That'd be great.
Yeah,
Oh,
now
I think that would be just one of the most practical starting tools. A pair of boards, you just
it
go
would actually
slot,
be
slot, 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 and test them all.
yeah, be a pair of boards. One
Yeah.
being a generator, and the other one
Oh
being
man. Found the manual.
Oh, good.
Thank goodness for the internet.
Yeah.
Which manual?
For the computer aid, this SIO board.
Oh,
Oh.
the one you have, yes.
Yeah.
okay. It's not working at all.
Okay, so that means the TDL ZPU is bad.
Well, unless it just doesn't like this configuration.
And quicker.
So one thing
this
I was
sounds
looking
like
at that IO2 board that you asked me about.
Yeah,
And the first thing I looked at is wait. I couldn't find a clock generator.
right.
So it's like, okay, well, so it uses a 2 megahertz clock from the bus. And I'm like, how do you get 9600 baud at a 2 megahertz instead of 2.4576?
Right.
And then I looked it around and I saw what they're doing. They got some kind of divide by 13 circuit. So then I asked Grok, I'm like, how does this work? How do you divide by 13?
It is a weird board. It is a weird board, but I think a functional equivalent is what.
Yeah, I probably would not do that.
Right. Plus, when I looked for the COM 2502, I think it is, chips,
Uh-huh.
they're only available on eBay as far as I can tell, and they go for about $25 a piece
Oh my gosh.
because they're so rare. And then DigiKey had some new old stock, and they wanted $50 a piece.
Those are what's on there? The
COM 2502, I think, is the one that's on it.
2502.
I think that's what it was.
That sounds like an old-fashioned UART.
It's an old UART, yes. If the UART on the SIO board is a COM, I think it's COM 2502. Yeah, COM 2502. It's a what the hell was the brand? But anyway, I looked around all over the place. I found DigiKey actually had like 50 of them, and they wanted like $50 a piece for them with a minimum lot size of 7 for some bizarre reason.
Oh my gosh.
And then I found a bunch on eBay, but they were like $25 a piece.
So wait, what am I? Because the one I was looking at, I thought it had an 8251 on it.
No, the board I'm looking to replicate is
Okay, I gotta make sure I'm looking at the right board.
yeah, it's the 88 SIO Rev 1 version A is what I'm trying to replicate.
Oh, that's a MITS board.
It's a MITS board, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was looking at an IMSAI board.
No, it's a MITS board that I want to replicate, which is the original serial board that's also
Gotcha.
a serial board. So for example, the version of BASIC I've got on punch tape expects the COM port to be 0 and 1 using the
Right.
original one, which I've got my IO4 currently strapped to hopefully do that when I get the cables made up. But
Well,
yeah,
that Altair cassette, that interface that Mike Douglas made
right,
is designed for the MITS ACR system.
right, which is either a 88.
88 to SIO.
No, it's an 88 SIO.
I mean, yeah, you're right. 88 SIO. Yeah.
Right. So I've got my IO4, my solid state music IO4, using Mike's instructions strapped to look like an 88 SIO. So when I get,
Right.
but I unfortunately, I need one port at 0, 1 because that's where they originally had the console ports, and then one at 6 and 7, which is where it wants for the cassette, which you can't do with a board that addresses both serial ports with one set of switches.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
That's
Maybe
why
we'll go with this one.
that's why Patrick's SIO board, 2 SIO board
Won't
is
work well.
perfect for splitting into two.
No, that's the 2 SIO, right? Yeah, that's the 2 SIO.
No, this is but it's not a MITS.
It's
says-
MITS 2 SIO.
It says computer aid on it.
Oh, that's some other
the computer
manufacturer that
aid.
used the same name.
Because I think this board
Yeah,
behaves like an SIO.
really?
Yeah.
Either-
I haven't used this in a long time. I'll dig it up.
Sure.
I'll get
Yeah.
the info on it again.
Okay, I think I found one
I
problem.
think I saw one of those listed, by the way, on eBay for you.
Yeah,
but
I've seen a couple of those listed. But they,
Yeah, I didn't know if they were worth looking
and you
at.
see, you see
No.
SIO and you think, oh, exactly what that's not a
Oh.
MIPS board.
Oh wait, no, I think it was the one. I think one like almost $180 for
Well,
a
that
set
too.
of two of them. That was I think that was the issue.
Yeah,
for me.
the first guy listing those things sold them really cheap. And then the second guy came in and like doubled the price, and the third guy
Yeah.
doubled that price again.
So they basically
It has
buy
an
from each other and up the
AY5
price.
1013 on it.
Hmm. So yeah.
Huh.
But yeah,
Okay.
this.
Well, I think I found one thing.
I just put the manual for the version of the board I'm looking at in chat.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Because I
That's-
want to.
That's- I never realized you could just drag and drop a file into chat. That's pretty dangerous.
Oh yeah. Did I just put that there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the manual for the board I'm trying to figure out how to replicate.
Okay, so we just need something. Well, this has got to be just a dumb UART.
Yeah. And the board is really weird in lots of ways, but you need a Rev 1. There was a Rev 0 and then a Rev 1, and the Rev 1 did stuff with status bits. It's convoluted reading. And then there's 3 versions. There's A, B, and C version.
Right.
And A is RS-232 and B and C are 2 different TTL versions.
So we just want something that's functionally equivalent.
Yeah. And it's actually quite a simple circuit. The circuit diagrams are in there, I think.
Yeah, I think it would be great to have that Patrick's 2 SIO split into 2 SIO boards.
Well, again, that you could make a 2 SIO, so basically the current board, but just duplicate the selection logic.
Well, that's what I mean. It would
Right,
be
but-
like 2 SIOs, but on
but-
one board.
No, because the SIO is functionally different.
Totally functionally. Yeah.
It's functionally different. The status registers are inverted, and the status bits are in different places, I think. So it might be possible. I'd have to do an analysis side by side between the way the chips work, but the different UARTs basically work differently. And then, like I said, they use this inverted logic. So you know, active low versus active high type thing.
Well, I'd sure like to be able to find a manual for this board, but
Yeah, so the SIO board, I just sent you the manual in chat. So that's, wow, there's somebody on eBay selling 3 of those serial boards for 150 bucks. I haven't seen S100 board pricing that low on eBay in forever.
no, it must be an amazing device.
What, 3 for 150? Yeah, but he wants to
Dude,
sell 3 of them. He doesn't want to sell one, he wants to sell all 3 he's got.
I should buy them. The chips are
That's
probably
even more than the first guy that was the first guy selling them, I think was at
Oh, wait a minute.
like $40 a piece.
That
The
was only the shipping, right?
No, I can see why they're 150 for 3 boards.
So nothing on them.
All the
Right.
chips are pulled from the sockets.
Yes.
all the values in the
Yeah.
chips.
Yeah, I'm just
Oh,
looking
yeah.
at the close-ups and like all of the sockets are
Yeah.
empty.
Yeah.
Like,
But
okay,
it
I know
doesn't-
sometimes
does-
use the word clean on
Does it have-
those.
Does the board have rare chips on it, or is
apparently they're valuable enough that the empty boards are, yeah. Okay, here's what a guy's selling 2 of them.
For 178.
Yeah, for 178.
Yeah, I've seen those. I got
And that
yeah,
one
those.
That one actually has, well, one of them is missing one of the chips, one of the UARTs.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, it
And
has
it had no connectors. The 9-pin connectors. One of them had
Right.
a couple connectors on it.
it has
Okay,
a ROM
guys,
on it.
I've been pinged, so
Okay,
I'll
bud.
catch y'all later.
Okay.
Take care, Terry.
Yep.
take care.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Terry.
Yeah, Terry.
Thank you.
Thank you for your help.
Yeah, who's going to buy a board with no chips in it? Especially a vintage board, because that's generally where all the value is. Oh, well.
I bought one board that only had 4 chips on it, but those chips were selling individually for $100 on eBay, and the guy only wanted like $50 for the board.
Okay.
They're
Well, yeah.
kind of rare UARTs.
Yeah.
So I was looking at them going like, well, okay, between the gold and those 4 chips, it was worth the $40 for the board.
Yeah. Ay.
Nice manual. Yeah, if I recall, when I was first getting my Altair running again, I was working with this board and it seemed to behave as if it was like a SIO, an Altair SIO.
Maybe,
Port 0, but it's been years.
yeah, it's it's a dual serial port, and the SIO is a single. So maybe it's an aftermarket version. I'll have to have a look
Yeah,
at the
this,
manual.
yeah, it has an 80, what is it? It has an 8251 and a AY5 1013.
Yeah.
I'll have to look into it again.
Yeah.
So really what
Has that got an EEPROM on it as well?
yeah, it has a ROM on it.
It's a bizarro. Oh, and I love the 45-degree crystal. That's kind of cool.
So when I get smart enough, my goal was to put like some kind of a microcontroller on a card
Uh,
on an S100 bus and have it emulate any serial card you want.
there you go.
That's the
But
way
I
to
just
go.
haven't, it's too many other projects,
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
I'm not that smart yet.
yeah.
you get there.
I know it took me, I started playing around with the SIO schematic and trying to teach myself a little bit of KiCad.
Uh-huh.
Of course, the first thing I had to do was to make a symbol for the COM 2502 because that didn't exist.
Yep.
The next hour and a half figuring out how to make a new symbol. That's as far as I've got so far. Because yeah, I thought I might try and replicate it. It's got some interesting things on it when you look at the schematic for the like the port address selection.
Uh-huh.
It uses it uses jumpers, but it's the equivalent of a two-way switch common to 2 different outputs, as opposed to just an on-off. So in other words, it has inverters coming off the bus, and then it has one side of the connection going before and one after, which I thought was an interesting way of doing port selection. But I
Yeah,
don't know if you can actually buy switches with that have, you know, 3 rows of pins on them,
right.
because they did it with jumpers. They didn't put switches on in those days. They did it with jumpers. So the board could definitely do with modernized um, chip selection, which should be pretty straightforward. You should be able to take, for example, the circuit right off your
Oh
serial
yeah, yeah.
board, add the sevenths, because you need 1 through 7, not 2 through 7.
Hmm.
So you'd add the seventh uh, address bit and then use modern selection, because the signal coming out is the one you care about, not how you got to it.
Exactly.
Right. So I'd want to use probably modern chip selection. Um, and then the rest of it is just any weirdness that, well, the clock on that thing's a bit odd. So you might be able to improve the clock
Yeah,
to
I'd
something
probably
a
just
bit
use the
more
same
modern
baud rate
without
generator I already have.
those weird 3 dividers getting there in series doing strange stuff.
Yeah, and then basically it's just
Then it's just the chip and some buffers, and then there's,
overflow framing period, same
yeah, it's the same
same
basic stuff. It might even
status.
be able to be emulated with a different chip just by changing by putting some custom circuitry on the status port.
And that's what I'm kind of wondering. I'll have to get the COM whatever this what do you say it was?
2502. I found the data sheet for it that was out there somewhere, but I did find it. Hang on a second. I probably just upload it here. Where are we? Because I got it. Data sheets, com.
Dave's old computers.
There we go.
There you are. Been there.
Wow, 40 pins.
Yeah. Okay, I just uploaded the data sheet for the COM 2502. It's an SMC, an old SMC chip.
Oh wow.
Now, one
There's
thing,
separate pins. There are separate pins for the transmit receive
right,
data and the transmit and receive data buffers.
right. It's
Uh,
it's it's an oddball, and they didn't make it. They primarily used it for the initial console ports, so the oldest stuff uses this on 0 and 1, and they used it for the cassette board. It was basically the serial port that the cassette board was bolted to.
gotcha.
Oh.
So for
Um,
Mike's little cassette board, you need that or something that functions like it. So I'm going to use my IO4, but I can't use the IO4 to be a console on 0, 1 and a cassette interface on 6 and 7, because it's got the address port addressing to split the serial ports, which is annoying.
Oh
In
wow.
retrospect, that seems like such a simple thing. Was why not just let you put each serial port where you want it to be? But anyways.
Hmm. Yeah, this is actually easier than the other one I was looking at.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, the board itself is pretty basic.
it
It,
it is.
and like I said, but it looks like basically a little bit of bus management for the status signals, that you need to control the
Uh-huh.
I/O piece, and a little bit better chip selection than the bizarre way
Yeah.
they've done it. And then the data buffers for I/O are just going to be standard stuff for S100 data buffers coming out of the
Hmm.
chip. And so then
It
it's just
doesn't look that.
yeah, I just wish that, like I said, so far I haven't found a decent price 2502. They're $25 a piece
Well, what
from
I'm really
random.
looking at is yeah, not using that chip.
Ah,
Just using
so
something else.
so there's a clue there. If we go, let me see if I can find this. The bum, bum, bum. The document that Mike wrote on using his cassette interface board
Hmm.
lists alternate boards you can use if you don't have an SIO board.
Gotcha.
And he also lists alternate chips. Give me a second and I will where is it? Da, da, da. Where is that? I've got that thing around here. Ah, here we go. Is that the one? Yeah, this is the one. Hang on, I'll fire this up. So he mentions this. So he says, but he suggests that you can make the same thing work with other boards with these chips. So General Instruments, TI, TMS 6011, AMI, blah, blah, blah. So he says, yeah, there's a bunch of different chips that you can make look like an SIO.
Oh, interesting. Well, yeah, because what's on this one? This one has an AY5 1013. Yeah, that's on his list.
Yeah,
No wonder it looks like an SIO.
right. So anyway, oh yeah, maybe I don't want to spend 180 bucks because the UART is pulled on one of those boards he wants, 180 bucks for two of them.
Wow.
Oh God.
And then the other guy, like I said, had all the chips pulled. But anyway, um, and then he even says, yeah, status ports here and here, transmit, receive data, negative logic, zero when true. So it uses um, inverted logic relative to the newer boards. And then
Gotcha.
the 300 baud is just for the serial. The cassette works at 300 baud,
Okay.
but that's just, as long as the UART can go to 300 baud, you're fine.
Well, I'll look at this board
Yeah,
and see what it actually does. I don't see
yeah,
it on this list, but maybe it could be.
right.
And then while we figure something else out, I can just send this one to you if it's gonna work.
Yeah, because yeah, it's because I've got my IO4, which I've got to test this week for the punch tape stuff.
Hmm.
Because I've got it strapped to give me a what looks like an SIO board for Com0 right now, so I can put a second console on there and see if anything comes out when I load the tape. And I know the tape reader is working through that board as well because it's working through the weirdly modified parallel port.
Right.
Yeah, I wish somebody made
No shortage of things to do.
no. Well, my connectors just came in yesterday, so now I can start putting the cables together I need. Because I need to wire a cable connector off the IO4's Bizarro 14-pin dip sockets for all its IO slugs. I hate those things. Serial ports do not belong coming out of a 14-pin dip socket. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and the other thing,
Go ahead.
I'll say the actual cassette interface only needs 4 pins. It needs common, in, out, and 5 volts. So you supply the 5 volts to the cassette board from the serial port.
Okay.
Um, so I'm just going to try and do that with a single cable and just swap some, ribbon cables, just cut it and move some things around to put them in the right place. As opposed to Mike's approach, which is bizarre.
Print
Anyway,
Mike's little sheet out here.
yeah.